Hey everybody, all my girls are following me around. And then I got this bird. He's flying around in this tree right here. I don't know if you can see him, but he's just over here picking at my tiger, who is trying to relax underneath the shade right here. It's hot today. It really is hot. It's about 95 degrees. Sky is just blue and pretty. But I wanted to show you guys what the progress that I've made on this garden. The purpose of this reveal is not that I'm going to have a brand new backyard. The yard, you'll notice, is still the same. There's a lot more work that needs to be done. The reveal that I'm going to show you is just all of the new growing space that I added to my garden. That was the whole point of me remodeling it, so that I'd have way more growing space. So you guys are all familiar with Tomato Row right here. And I'm only prefacing this with what I'm saying because I don't want you to be disappointed when you look at it and be like, oh, it's still junky. Or it's still got a lot of stuff that needs to be done. It's true. There's a lot. Like, all down here is supposed to be grass. And, it's not grass yet. It's weeds and dirt and rocks still. But one day, all of this will be grass. This part right here, in between these two buckets right here, is going to be just a little outhouse area for my dog. She's trained to go to the bathroom only in this area right here. No other spots in my yard is she allowed to use the bathroom. And so I'm about to beautify the space for her and give her like a little shade shack that says her name on it, and outhouse, since that's her bathroom area. And my son, by the way, he leveled this out for me and stuff. It's going to be a whimsical looking area. I'm going to have flowers and stuff growing out of, in that area to beautify it. But that's coming up, and that's where these come in. These that I built. You'll see it all come together. But for now, that's something that I'm still working on. It's always something in progress. But this is all the new growing space that I've added, and including this container garden right here. But also I added trellises, so I can do a lot more vertical growing. And I'm trying that out and see how that works out for me. But I added this bed right here is still a low bed because I wanted it to stay that way since I was going to be growing corn in it constantly. But I narrowed the bed a little bit so it's 4 foot by 11 feet. And then this bed here, all this area right here used to be low-lying garden beds. And they were all like 6 foot by 10 feet. And it was just too wide for me to reach stuff in the middle. So I raised the beds, and we took down the patio cover from right here so that I could repurpose that wood. And I raised all the beds in this middle area here. So these are 4 by 12, these beds right here. And so that gave me some more growing space. And also, it made it to where I don't strangle my dog. Because Lola used to love running right across my bed since they were just low enough that she didn't even have to do much work. She just used to always run right through my beds, uprooting stuff with her big old paws and stuff. So I just got tired of it. And I figured if I raise the bed, it won't be as easy. Well, little did I know, the dog loves to jump. So guess what? First thing, when I was putting in dirt and stuff in these beds. First thing she did was get her front paws up there and was about to jump up. No, that's not happening. So anyways, with these beds though, each of these 3 beds, I have tree trunks in the bottom, branches, other organic material and stuff. I used the same soil that I had in the low beds that I was building, and that soil turned out to be really rich and good, so I reused it in here. And then I topped them all off with some store-bought raised bed mix, and that's what I did this year. And as you can see, then each of them has this weed barrier cloth in here, and that's to help me keep the weeds at bay, and it's doing a good job. I have to admit, it's easier to pull the weeds out of these little circles and stuff, and they're not deeply rooted or anything, and so I'm able to keep up with the weeding a whole lot better, which I love, because I hate weeding. That's why a lot of my beds before looked the way they did, because I really just did not like to weed. Like, for instance, right here where this pepper is, there's this little weed coming up. All I do is just pull it up and just toss it right there, and I'm done. That's it. It was that easy. So here's another one right here. See, just pull it up and done. I increased my growing area, my growing space. I love this container garden right here because I was able to put all my containers, my trees, my everything that I have in containers right here, and line them up, and was able to do the water for them. And so I'm really happy with how that turned out. I recently had to add this, my shadow's in the way, but recently had to add this black fencing to these containers because I found my tortoise Cornelia chowing down. She was chowing down in this one right here, and she got about half the plant she ate before I noticed that she was in there and kicked her out. So I had to put that up as protection. I'm not going to really go into much detail as to what is what. For you more experienced gardeners, you'll already recognize certain things. I'll go into details later about what types of squashes and corn and tomatoes and all that stuff that I'm growing in a later video, and probably in a few separate videos, because some of these things need its own video. Like the tomatoes, I'm growing 67 different varieties of tomatoes. It needs its own video so that I can show you and tell you all of those things. Here you see I have this bed. I didn't do any changes to this bed really. I just added some cardboard on top, and obviously I added it late because the plastic that I had on there, it was white plastic, it still allowed things to grow underneath. So this bed has a lot of weeds and stuff still coming up through the cardboard even. And I already deemed this bed my problem child, so yeah. This one is my watermelon bed, and I have squash planted in here, and I had some beans planted in here too, and some flowers. But I have a lot of different watermelons and melons planted in here also. And I had my son put some cardboard down here and clear this area, put some cardboard down and some wood chips so the watermelons can all grow right here. And I'll try and keep them contained in this area, the vines. But my tortoise, if you remember from my last video, got up here and ate my bean plants and stuff. And so I had to put up this little fence here to keep her out of here. And so far, so good. It's keeping her out. And then over here, this bed is a lot better because I had the solid... Whew, that lizard scared me. I guess I scared him too because he took off real quick. But I had the solid piece of cardboard on this bed for about 3 months, and it did the job. It killed off everything, the weeds and stuff that was growing underneath here. It killed them off, so I don't have too many weeds popping up out of here. Over here, I added this box. This is a new box that I added into this for a better growing space, and also because Tiger loves to sleep back here behind these leaks. He likes to sleep back here, and he likes to poop and pee right here. So I couldn't keep that as a garden bed that way. I had to elevate it, and so far he hasn't jumped up in these beds at all. I pretty much trained him not to get up in my garden beds. I chased him out and scared him out enough times that he realizes that, okay, I shouldn't be up in those. But as far as other cats getting up in my beds, I really think that this black fabric is doing the trick, because they can't really dig to use the bathroom. And if they do use the bathroom, I'm gonna see it. If they poop, I'm gonna see it. It's gonna be on top, just like how it was when Cornelia pooped in my watermelon bed. But I would be able to see it and remove it. So the most they could do is pee, and it's the poop that's the problem with cats, not so much as the pee. Anyways, I haven't had any issues with cats getting up in here. Moving on, I haven't done these yet, but I have a lot of extra tomato and pepper start seedlings that I have that I was selling and I haven't sold yet. So I'm just gonna keep the better ones, and I'm gonna place some in these buckets here. My son cleared this out for me as well. So I don't know if you guys remember, I had all this dug out right here because I was gonna put a wood chip path in, and decided, okay, I don't want to do that now. So I had him remove all the dirt that was built up right here and put it all back. And so he did a good job of it. And I added some trellises. So now not only do I have tomato row, which is additional growing space, but I also have additional beds right here, more than what I had before. And also I'm doing some vertical gardening with the trellis, and so I have cucumbers and stuff over here and melons that I'm gonna try and grow up this trellis. It's actually harder than what people make it look. I don't know how many branches of cucumbers and melons that I snapped off trying to weave them and get them to go up the trellis. And I'm trying to be gentle, you know, but it's just not, it's not working out that easily for me. This video is not to show you what I'm growing. I just wanted to show you the additional space that I added, grow space that I added. And then also with the construction of these boxes, let's see, you can see right here there's a weed, but let me get that out the way. But you see this metal right here, I have those going all the way along the inside of the boxes here on all of these raised boxes, so I can put hoops across, so I can add shade cloth or just some tool netting to keep the bugs off of stuff. Also with these trellises, they're dual purpose, summertime, They're to shade the walkways here, but during the fall and winter, I have these on hooks down here, so you can see there. I have these on hooks. That's how they're held on. And what I plan on doing is moving the trellis from the walkway here to over the bed, and just all I have to do is hook the trellis onto the hooks that's on the bed. We haven't put the hooks on this side yet, but once the hooks are on this side, then I can hook the trellis on this bed, and this trellis over here can hook onto this bed. So I'll have 2 high tunnel beds during the fall and winter to grow some cool weather crops and stuff. So I'm always gonna have, hopefully I'll be able to grow stuff all year round. That's my whole desire. And then I added this whiskey barrel. I like this. I like the way it looks, and I like this tower. I want these sweet potatoes that I planted in here to grow and vine up this tower. I think it's gonna look really, really pretty. So, yes. But like I said, it's still a work in progress. Like all this dead, dry area right here is supposed to be grass. All of this along here is supposed to be grass. I just haven't got to that point yet. I can't bring myself to throw away or kill those seedlings, the little plants that I have left. And I don't have very many left. I gave a lot of them away, and I sold a lot of them. So the ones on this side, I still have to put in my tomato row beds at the very end. The ones on this side are just extras that I have left over. So I'm gonna get those given away and plant some extras in those other containers, and then yeah, and then everything will be out, and then I can just go through. And I had to reseed some stuff because there's a grasshopper that keeps coming around and eating stuff up. But oh, that was the first dragonfly I've seen all season. I hope they come back. I like the dragonflies. Anyway, so I got these lights on here, and I'm gonna try and come back out here after the sun goes down and get some video of the lights. These are solar lights that I have on here to light it up at night. Look at that sunset. I am going to conclude this video, and I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for following this remodel. I'm still working on it. It's still gonna get finished completely. It's always a work in progress. And hopefully every video you see, you're gonna see some new changes and some new stuff, and it's gonna get cleaner and better every time. So thank you for following my videos, and look forward to this spot for the dog. I think it's gonna turn out great. If it looks the way I'm picturing it, it's gonna look really good. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please click subscribe. Continue to follow along with the progress that I'm making here. And in case you didn't know, I am on Instagram and on Facebook under Lakeisha Keene Saving Greens. You can find me there. Please follow me there too. I'm always posting additional photos of different things, like food that I make using veggies from my garden, and pictures of my cat, my dog, my tortoise, and everybody. So follow me on there. And as always, you guys, God bless. There's the sunset. It's going down. It's really pretty. And these are how the lights look that I have up here. Hope to get some more lights out here. These are all solar lights. Just trying to make it look nice and pretty at night, so that we can, and inviting, so we could come out and enjoy the garden at night. I will be putting a whole lot more solar lights everywhere. But this was just a start for my trellises. I'm pleased with it.